we are day 2 on the 392 build. We need to take out this radiator support and the headlight brackets, I guess, and then put in this new radiator support that we got out of Richmond. First, I'm going to be removing the bolts on the front of the radiator support bracket that are easily accessible. And then once I get those out, I'm going to go in with a ratchet wrench and get the rest on the back side of that radiator support bracket. Now, should be able to come out. Once we started lifting on the radiator bracket, we actually noticed that there were still some plugs on the back side that needed to be removed. So we went ahead and took the time to do that here. Once those plugs were removed, the bracket was easily lifted out of place. Out with the old. Notice that this brace was a little bit wumpy after the impact, so we straightened it out as best we could and measured it a few times just to make sure that we were as close as possible. Maybe just a little bulge right here.
Yeah, there is a bulge right there. Well, no, that's separate. This, yeah, this is bulge, but this is, those are two separate pieces. See? This piece is on top of that piece.
Oh, okay.
So the main frame, I think, is straight.
Now that we've fixed everything as best we can, it's time to reinstall this radiator support bracket. And as you thought, it's not quite as easy getting everything to fit back together, so it took a little bit of persuasion. And then once we got that in, we started tightening the bolts so the radiator pulled back into the brace and created space underneath the hood. And now it's time to get all of these bolts back in and fingered tight. And yet again, of course, nothing fits exactly right. So we needed to use a little bit of extra persuasion on the driver's side in order to get those front bolts to go back in correctly. Now that everything's in and fingered tight, let's get everything snugged down. Now that we've got the new radiator brace in and it is looking good, we're going to go ahead and install the new headlights. Just installing a cheap set of headlights here because I am going to be upgrading once I get my grille and hood situation figured out. So stick around for that later.
Plugged in?
Yeah. Hit them. See how it goes. Ooh, and we have light. Yep. With the headlights in and tested, it's now time to reinstall the grille. It's super easy. You just kind of push it in and snap it into place, and then push the push pins back into the top. All right, so that's the front end. And I almost forgot the hood. So let's get that down and latched into place. And of course it doesn't fit, so we have to do a little persuasion with a wrench, pulling it out, trying to make enough space to get that latched. Still not having any hope, so grab the hammer and yeah! Now that we've got the front end assembled, we're gonna go to the back and get the taillight in. Just installing a cheapo replacement right now until we get down to Miami and can figure out exactly what this rear end is gonna look like. Yeah, now the true test. Woo! We got lights. Okay, so now that we've got the front end finished and the tail light in, we're gonna get under here and change this vent control arm. And you can kind of tell it's just slightly bent. Oh yeah, just a tiny bit. Lord have mercy. Let's get this old bent control arm out of the way. Do we break it loose if we get a breaker bar? Do you think?
Yeah.
If we get a... Whoa.
Is it turning?
Yes, you are. Yeah, you're turning everything. It's turning the axle stuff. Or the... We're pretty much... This is the last major project for the day. Well, I guess it'll give me plenty of time to get all my running done and test this thing out for a little while.
Oh, I see.
This last bolt on this control arm did not want to let loose. Thank goodness, finally got it out of there so we can get it replaced. Did you see what I was saying by the axle is?
Yeah.
The angle was changing.
Oh,
the pinion angle was changing. Now we're going to use this jack to get the pinion angle a little bit more correct so the holes with the control arm line up and we can get that bolt back through and secured. Now that we've got the control arm in, we'll just put this last bracket for the brake lines. Phase 1 of Project 392 is officially complete, so let's take this baby on a test drive. And just when I thought I was about ready to drive this baby down to Miami, I find this wonderful jewel. The housing is cracked, allowing the tube to twist inside, and this is no longer driving to Miami.